Hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the questions which are important for the upcoming MH CET examination. So basically, we have decided to actually start a new series where we'll be discussing especially the static GK and of the MH CET Law Entrance exam. In today's class, I will be discussing questions related with history. Because if you see the previous question, we have seen questions from this. And that is why this class and I'm expecting you to actually be more proactive in the comment section. And the reason is very simple, because I'm sure this will be a good revision for you all. So let us begin with today's class. So the first question is, please see, these are the questions which are actually asked in various standard exams. And the reason why I'm giving it is because these are getting repeated in different exams. So these are copied. So the name of by which Ashoka is generally referred to in his inscription is Chakravarti, Dharmadeva, Dharmakriti, Priyadarshi. What is the right answer to this question? And please tell me the name of the expert who had actually found that this name is nothing but Ashoka. Who is that person? I'll be very happy to know this. And you will find the edict in which state of India. So the right answer is Priyadarshi. Actually, his name was Devanam Priyadarshi. Yeah, Devanam Piyadasi. So, or Piyadasi bhi कहीं पे लिखते हैं, Piyadasi if it is written. So full name was Devanam Priyadarshi. Yes, Kumari Bhavna, Anamika Grover, Kushagra, you are right. D is the right answer to this question. So please tell me the name of the expert who found that Devanam Priyadarshi is nothing but Ashoka. What is the name of that person? A very famous British archaeologist. उनका नाम बताइए. These are mentioned in NCERT books. NCERT history book में ये सब नाम mentioned है. That is why I'm telling you. And please tell me in which edict this name is found. Yes, James Prinsep. Yes, Kushagra. Very good. So basically, James Prinsep was a very famous Orientalist and Asiatic Society of Bengal. 1793 में established हुआ था. His role was there in that also. Yes, Kumari Bhavana, you are right. और मास की एडिक्ट है. There's a edict. I hope you are aware. अशोका जो है एडिक्ट बनवाते थे हर जगह, है ना. This you will find it actually in the state of Karnataka. ठीक है. Okay. So उसी में उनका नाम देवनम पियादर्शी है, जो है अशोका का नाम है ना. देवनम प्रियादर्शी और पियादासी. That was the name. ठीक है. So this is what you should be knowing about it. And this is found in Maski edict in the state of Karnataka. This word was mentioned. And James Prinsep said that Devaram Priyadarshi is nothing but Ashoka. Okay, this you should be knowing about. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The concept of Anuvrat was advocated by Mahayana Buddhism, Hinayana Buddhism, Jainism, Lokayat school. I'm expecting everyone to answer. And if you explain it further, I'll be very happy to know. अगर आप इसको थोड़ा सा और explain कर दोगे तो मैं बहुत खुश हो जाऊंगा कि आपको आता है. अच्छा, अगर इतना नहीं समझ में आ रहा, इसको ब्रैकेट व्रत किसको कहते हैं? व्रत, अनुव्रत. अच्छा बताओ, अनुव्रत प्लीज टेल मी एनीवन. अच्छा मैं हेड दे रहा हूं. 5 वोज है, 5 कसम, 5 प्लेजेस इज रिलेटेड विद व्हिच रिलीजन? हाँ फास्ट यहां पर बताना है. 5 वोज या 5 प्लेजेस है, ये कौन से रिलीजन से एसोसिएटेड? अब आप बता दो. नाउ यू कैन आंसर मी. ठीक है. The answer is actually Jainism. I'm sure you must have heard this term. है ना. अहिंसा, non-violence, सत्य, truthfulness, अस्त्य, non-stealing, चोरी नहीं करना, ब्रह्मचारी, chastity, अपरिग्रह, non-attachment, है ना. So there were 4, and the last one was added by Lord Mahavir. Yes, Kumari Bhavana, you're right. C is the right answer. अच्छा, Jainism से associated 3-4 और concept. एक को कहते हैं अनेकांतवाद, है ना. एक होता है सायादवाद. And there is one more famous concept called as universal law. So these are the concepts associated with Jainism. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा पढ़िएगा, because sometimes they पूछते हैं अनेकांतवाद, सायादवाद is a concept related with which religion? So Jainism. So that is what you should be knowing. ठीक है. And I hope you are aware how many three thankaras were there in Jainism religion. कितने थे? And Lord Mahavir was which one? कितने तीर्थंकरास थे Jainism में? Anyone? Yes, Kumari Pavana, very good. There were 24 Tirthankaras. The 24th was actually Lord Mahavir. Yes, Kushagara, you're also right. Anna. That is what you should be knowing. C is the right answer. Anna, the next one is bronze icons of Nataraj cast during the Chola period invariably show the deity with how many hands? See, basically, I'm showing it because this was very much in the news. Bharat Mandapam. And in front of Bharat Mandapam, we had seen Chola from Chola dynasty, from Chola Empire, Nataraj statue. ये भी पूछ सकते हैं कि Nataraj statue is associated with which period? So Chola Empire in Tamil Nadu was there. ठीक है? And it is having how many hands? So 4 hands are there. ठीक है? So that is what you should know. And it is a depiction of Shiva, and the dance is called a stand-up dance. Okay? Yes, 4 hands. Yes, Kushagara, you should be knowing it. Or this is associated with the Chola Empire and all. So bronze sculpture of Chola. Okay, 7th century AD के आसपास. That is what you should be knowing. The next is the river that is most mentioned in early Vedic literature is what? Can anyone tell me? Sindhu, Sudutri, Saraswati, Ganga. So सबसे ज़्यादा Vedic literatures में mentioned है Rig Veda etc. में. And I hope you all should be answering it. Please, guys, I'm expecting everyone. Yes, right answer. Yes, Kushagar, you're right. Sindhu River, which is called as Indus River. है ना? So I hope you are aware. मैंने पूरी class ली है. Just search this on YouTube and watch it. Indus Valley Civilization पे on our YouTube channel. And even in MBA channel also we have taken the same class. Indus Valley Civilization. This is very, very important. और इससे बहुत सारे questions आते हैं. जैसे Lothal Dockyard पूछा जाता है. Then they are asking about reservoir which was found in Tholavera. ठीक है, ये जरूर देखिएगा. Please do not skip this class if you are attempting MH CET. ठीक है, A is the right answer to this question. So यहाँ पर this was the Indus River, which is called as Sindhu River in Rig Veda. ठीक है, this is what you should be knowing about. Now the next is, who among the following is known for work on medicine during Gupta period? Somila, Sudrak, Shaunak, Sushruta. And his book is considered as one of the earliest book in the field of Ayurveda. What is the right answer? Yes, Kushagra, very good. Sushrut की book है Sushrut Samhita करके. आपने सुना होगा. Foundational text of Ayurveda कहते हैं इसको. ठीक है. So D is the right answer to this question. Okay. He's also called as father of plastic surgery and all. That is what you should be knowing. Okay. The next is which of the following scripts of ancient India was written from right to left? देखो, एक तो जो इंडस वैली की स्क्रिप्ट है, one is Indus Valley script that was also written right to left. वो मैंने इस क्लास में बताया भी. In this class I have discussed. Please watch it. जो right to left लिखा जाता है. एक और बहुत फेमस स्क्रिप्ट है जो right to left लिखी जाती थी ऐसे. And what is that? What is right? The right answer is yes, Kharoshti script. मैंने कई बार बताया है. That was also written from right to left. Yes, Kushagra Saxena, you're right. D is the right answer to this question. है ना? Kharoshti script जो गंधारा region है, जैसे इंडिया है, इस region में, है ना, गंधारा region इसको कहते हैं. In this region, this was spoken or written and all this script. So D is the right answer. Now, please help me know what is the right answer to this question. Please read it and then answer me. So select the correct answer using the codes given above. I'm waiting for the response. So Lothal is an ancient dockyard related with Indus Valley civilization. This is correct. Sarnath, lion capital. Sarnath is in Banaras, where first sermon of Buddha was given. Yes, after getting enlightenment in Bodh Gaya, he gave his first speech in Deer Park in Sarnath. Deer Park. So that's also correct. Lion capital of Ashoka is also found in Sarnath, Banaras. ये वाला सही नहीं है. आपने देखा होगा ये वाला lion capital. Sarnath lion capital बहुत famous ही है. ठीक है. And Nalanda is great seat of Buddhist learning. Yes, Nalanda University was there. I'm sure you must have heard. Who built this Nalanda University originally? It was built by Kumara Gupta, one of Gupta Empire, right? So 1, 2, and 4. Nalanda University आपने सुना होगा. It is related with the Buddhist learning and all. So 1, 2, and 4. C is the right answer to this question. ठीक है? तो इस तरह आप सीखते जाओगे. ये स्टैंडर्ड्स एग्जाम्स के प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन है, तो इससे आपको बहुत कुछ लर्न करने को मिलेगा. ठीक है? So C is the right answer. Yes, Kumar Gupta. Yes, Kushagra, you're right. है ना? Gautam Buddha delivered his first sermon or religious speech in Deer Park. This is called as Dharam Chakra Parivartan. ठीक है? That is what you should be knowing. है ना? ये मैंने आपको बता दिया. इसमें जाओगे देखोगे we have discussed about Lothal Dockyard, etc. The next one is the following person came to India. Can you please tell me the chronological order of these 4 foreign travelers or foreign ambassadors which came to India? इसमें से 2-3 तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. So I would say star mark this question. Please tell me. Sequence बताना. सबसे पहले कौन है, फिर कौन है, फिर कौन है. Anyone else? तो ये बताता हूँ. मेगास्थनीज जो है ना, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. He came in before Christ. बाकी ये तीनों AD में आए थे, ये बाद में आए थे. So 3 would be the top. तो 3 तो यहाँ पे होंगे. C, D is gone. ठीक है? So the answer is 3, 1, 4, 2. So the answer is B. Let me explain. ये मैं बता देता हूँ because all 4 are important. सबसे पहले समझते हैं मेगास्थनीज के बारे में. So मेगास्थनीज actually came during the time of Chandragupta Maurya when he was ruling somewhere around 200-300 BC, before Christ की बात हो रही है. ठीक है? And he was sent by Seleucus Nicator. देखो मैं बताता हूँ. So here this Greek kingdom, here पर यहाँ पर Alexander the Great होते थे. So when Alexander came in around India, although he did not enter India, he went back after fighting Hydaspes. तो यहाँ पर Nanda Empire was ruling. ठीक है? Nanda का empire था. So after the death of Alexander, his successor was Seleucus Nicator, who was a Greek emperor ruling here. और इनके Nanda Empire के बाद we are having Chandragupta Maurya, Mauryan Empire ruling. ठीक है? So यहाँ पर Seleucus Nicator का रोल आ गया. ग्रीक के जो किंगडम थे, Seleucus Nicator. And here you can say इस पूरे नॉर्थ इंडिया में the rule was of Mauryan Empire. And the capital was Patla, Patliputra, Chandragupta Maurya and all. So basically, the Seleucus Nicator sends an ambassador. His name is Megasthenes, and he wrote a very famous book. No, there was no Chandragupta Maurya at that time, Kushagra. There was Nanda Empire was ruling at that time. Okay. So Megasthenes wrote a book called as Indica, and he was sent. He was staying in Patna, Patliputra, modern day. ठीक है? ओके, तो ये हो गया 200 समथिंग BC रफली के आसपास हम बता रहे हैं. 200-300 BC के आसपास की बात है. ठीक है? तो दिस इज BC. उसके बाद फाहियान, आइसिंग, होएनसांग, ऑल दीस एक्चुअली केम इन AD. ये तीनों AD में आए थे आफ्टर द बर्थ ऑफ जीसस क्राइस्ट, एंड दिस इज इन BC 200-300 BC के आसपास. ठीक है? तो इनके बाद जो आए थे फाहियान आए थे चंद्रगुप्त II के जमाने में, हु वाज रूलिंग समवेयर अराउंड 400 AD के आसपास. फाहियान केम. फिर Hohensan came during the time of Harshavardhan. He was ruling somewhere around 600 AD. And Aising came in 670 AD के आसपास. Chalukyas and Pallavas were ruling in North India. ठीक है? तो मैं ऐसे कुछ बता देता हूँ so that it will be easy. देखो ये तो हो गया. He came during the time of Chandragupta Maurya, है ना? So 200-300 BC के आसपास. ये पूछते हैं फाहियान किन के जमाने में है, तो चंद्रगुप्त II. This is a different person, not Chandragupta Maurya. इनका कोई रिलेशन नहीं. It's a Gupta Empire. So 400-500 AD के आसपास है ये. ठीक है? Hoensang, very famous, came during the time of Harshavardhan, and this is initial 600 AD के आसपास. Aising came during the time of 670 AD के आसपास, roughly. ठीक है? So this is now you can remember. So 3, 1, 4, 2. So these are the prominent ones. पूछा था फाहियान came during the rule of Chandragupta II. Not Chandragupta Maurya. This is Chandragupta II, Gupta Empire. ये है Chandragupta Maurya. ये BC में. ठीक है? So be careful. These are being asked in the exam. The next is which of the following was the ruler ruling in North India at the time of Alexander's invasion? अभी मैंने बताया, नंदा, मौर्य, सुंगा, कान्वा. नॉर्थ इंडिया में जब अलेक्जेंडर इन्वेड किए थे, although Alexander did not enter India, but Nanda Empire was there. Dhananda was the ruler, and this is before Maurya, just before Maurya. ठीक है, तो मैं देखो दिखाता हूँ जब अलेक्जेंडर आए थे. So he came here, and यहाँ पर झेलम रिवर है, Jhelum River, also known as Hayadaspus. So Battle of Hayadaspus happened, and he defeated Puru. Puru को हरा दिया था, आपने सुना होगा ये history, but he again went back, वापस चले गए थे. So यहाँ पे North India में the empire was Nanda Empire was ruling, and later on Nanda Empire was replaced by Mauryan Empire, where Chandragupta Maurya was the first king. ठीक है, ये सब पूछा जाता है एग्जाम में. These are asked in the exams. The next is who among the following presided over the Buddhist council held during the time of Kanishka at Kashmir? अरे कौन सा Buddhist council था? First, second, third, fourth, which one? And who was the president? Parsva, Nagarjuna, Sudrak, Vasumitra. What is the right answer? बताइए. The right answer is Vasumitra. D is the right answer. देखो ये याद रखिएगा. देखो 4 बुद्धिस्ट काउंसिल हुआ था. तो अगर देखो यहाँ पर पटना है ना, कैपिटल ऑफ बिहार, जिसको एट दैट टाइम पाटलिपुत्रा कहते थे. ठीक है, और इसके पास में आपको मिलेगा राजगीर, 100 किलोमीटर फ्रॉम पटना, जहाँ नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटी वगैरह है. सो फर्स्ट बुद्धिस्ट काउंसिल राजगीर में हुआ था. सेकंड वाला होता है पटना के नॉर्थ में, कॉल्ड एज वैशाली. दिस इज सेकंड. Third happens in Patna, what is called as Patliputra, and fourth happens in Srinagar. Fourth, ठीक है, which is led by Kanishka. तो आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे राजगीर फर्स्ट, महाकश्यप was the president. तो यहाँ पर प्रेसिडेंट का नाम है, ये वाला कॉलम जो प्रेसिडेंट का है, और ये वाला किंग का है कॉलम. ठीक है, सो दिस हैपन, और ये वाला प्लेस लोकेशन. ठीक है, किंग आजाद शत्रु was there. Place of second हुआ था वैशाली बिहार में, सब्बा कामिर was the president, and Kal Ashok, it is not Ashoka, Kal Ashok was the king. Third happens in Patliputra, Patna, Mogaliputta Tissa is the president, and Emperor Ashoka was the king. Then last वाला होता है कुंदलवाना, कश्मीर में है ना, president was Vasumitra, and king was Kanishka was the king. ये बहुत फेमस किंग है Kanishka. इनके जमाने में गोल्ड कॉइन्स वगैरह बहुत ज्यादा हुआ था. ठीक है, ये तीनों BC का, ये वाला AD में, CE मतलब क्राइस्ट एरा, यानी AD की बात हो रही. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. So these 4 Buddhist councils are asked in exam. ठीक है, सब पूछते हैं 4 Buddhist councils and all. The next is Mahayan and Hinayan are the 2 sects of which religion? Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, Christianity. बताइए. ये दोनों कौन से रिलीजन के सेक्ट हैं? यस, कुमारी भावना कुशागर जो बोल रही, बुद्धिज्म के 2 सेक्ट है, महायान एंड हिनायन. हिनायना को थेरावाडा भी कहते हैं ना, और जो ओल्डेस्ट वाला है ना वो यही है, ओल्ड वर्जन, जो मेन ओरिजिनल कहते हैं, दे क्लेम देमसेल्व्स, है ना. और पाली में ज्यादा, ये संस्कृत में थोड़ा है ना, इसमें हिंदुइज्म का स्लाइट इन्फ्लुएंस है. ये दे कंसीडर दिस टू बी द ओरिजिनल वन एंड ऑल. इसको लेसर विकल एंड ग्रेटर विकल कहते हैं. ठीक है, सो दैट इज व्हाट. इसमें आइडल वर्शिपिंग होता है, और इसमें जो है सिंबल्स की पूजा करते हैं, बुद्धा सिंबल एंड ऑल. ठीक है, so that is what you should be knowing. So जो Mahayan वाला है ये सब कंट्रीज में, and Hinayan वाला this one में. The next is Swetambara and Digambara are the 2 sects of which religion? Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, Christianity. Please tell me. Swetambara and Digambara are the 2 sects of. Yes, Kumari Bhavna, very good. The right answer is Jainism. B is the right answer to this question, है ना. तो आपने सुना होगा Swetambras are those who wear white clad. स्थूलभद्र जो थे उनके फाउंडर्स में से माने जाते हैं, मतलब मेन सिस्टमैटिक जिन्होंने किया था. और दिगंबर के हैं भद्रबाहु. ठीक है, सो दे रिमेन्ड इन नॉर्थ इंडिया. नॉर्थ इंडिया में फैमिन आया था, तो स्थूलभद्र जो है अपने फॉलोअर्स के साथ साउथ इंडिया कर्नाटक चले गए थे ड्यूरिंग फैमिन. ठीक है, तो वहां जाके बस गए. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. दैट्स Swetambara and Digambara. So they considered that this is the original one, मतलब original, near to the original Jainism and all. Okay, That is what you should know. And they believe, Swetambara believe that both men and women can attain moksha, but इसमें कहते हैं कि no, a woman must be reborn as men, then they can attain moksha. No. So these are the things you should know. The next is, which one of the following Vedas contain an account of magical charms and spells? Well, it is considered as a book of medicine. And to counter the magical book of medicine, to counter charms and spells, we need charms and spells. मतलब जादू टोना को counter करने के लिए जादू टोना से counter किया जा सकता है. That's the concept. So, which Rig Veda talks about? Which Veda talks about it? Rig Veda, Yajurved, Atharved, Samved. ये सभी पूछते हैं कि oldest Veda कौन है ना? So this is the first, Rig Veda, Samved, Yajurved, Atharved. So these are the sequence. And yes, Atharved talks about magical charms and spells. Yes, Kushagra, Kumari Bhavna, you are right. C is the right answer to this question. ठीक है? तो ऋग्वेद is the oldest one, ये पूछते हैं. और इससे related और भी चीज पूछते हैं. जैसे पूछते हैं कि वो कौन सा है? गायत्री मंत्र. Yes, has been taken from where? ये भी पूछते हैं कई बार एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन. So it has been taken from ऋग्वेद. ठीक है? So it talks about है ना Vedic rituals and all. Samved is Sam मतलब melody, song से related जो भी होगा. अगर song वगैरह music अगर word होगा कि which of the following Veda is associated with music and all. So Samved बता सकते हो. है ना? Yajurved sacrifice. Atharved is knowledge of spells, charms and spells. ठीक है? That is what you should be knowing. The next question is, and I hope this is an easy question. The Nagaras, the Dravida, and the Vesaras are what? Can anyone tell me? I'm expecting everyone to answer. Yes. Oh my God, people are not right. The three main style of Indian temple architecture. C is the right answer. देखो, North India में जो temple designing होती है उसको कहते हैं Nagara group, Nagara style temple designing. South India में कहते हैं Dravidian style, तमिलनाडु वगैरह में होता है. और कर्नाटक, महाराष्ट्र इस region में होता है Vesara style, which is a mixture of Nagara and Dravidian. I'm sure you must have read when you were talking about Ram temple that has been built in Ayodhya. It is actually a Nagara style temple. Similarly, यहाँ पे मेरे कंदरिया महादेव temple, which is in Madhya Pradesh, Nagara style. Dravidian style temple में आपको मेरे Meenakshi temple and there are a lot of temples in Mahabalipuram and all are Dravidian style temples. ये सारा style कर्नाटक में मिलेगा आपको, है ना? That is what you should be knowing. So these three are temple designing structures, styles. ठीक है? So you should be knowing it. Now the next one is the Buddhist concepts. अगर आपने कभी गए होगे, so you must have seen Chaityas and Viharas, which is related with Buddhist, what we call it as sculptures or buildings or whatever you can say. So these you will find it in rock cut caves are there, which leads to the formation of Chaityas and Viharas. And what are the difference between the two? Anyone? Right answer is B. Chaitya is a place of worship and Vihara is the dwelling place जहाँ लोग monk रहते हैं. So B is the right answer. तो मैं दिखाता हूँ. आपने देखा कभी? Have you ever seen this? This is Chaitya. यहाँ मतलब यहाँ पे prayer होती है, prayer hall है ये. तो बीच में ऐसे बना होता है और ये ऐसा होता है. I have seen it in my life. I have visited these types of things, these types of Chaityas. The prayer hall of Buddhist. और ये विहारा होता है जहाँ लोग stay करते हैं, monks विहारा. ठीक है? So you will find it a lot in I think Maharashtra में काफी मिलेगा, even in India, in Bihar region also you'll find. ठीक है? Chaityas and Viharas. So ये MH CET के एग्जाम है. So MH CET में ये सब पूछते हैं. मतलब महाराष्ट्र में you will find a lot of Karle caves and different caves are there. लोनावाला caves अगर आप सर्च करोगे वहाँ पे बहुत सारे caves हैं. लोनावाला near Mumbai. So these types of things you will find. ठीक है? ठीक है? एक दो चीज और बताना चाहिए. अजंता and Ellora caves पढ़ के जाइएगा, because this is very very important for actually the Maharashtra MH CET examination, because both you will find it in the state of Maharashtra. Yes. The next is the national motto of Satmev Jayate, which is inscribed in the emblem of India, is taken from where? Katha Upanishad, Chandayoga Upanishad, Aitreya Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad. And I think it is the easier one, very easy to answer. बताइए. यस कुमारी भावना, वेरी गुड, राइट आंसर इज डी, मुंडक उपनिषद। आपने देखा होगा ये जो ऊपर वाला ये सारनाथ लाइन कैपिटल है और नीचे सतमेव जयते वी हैव टेकन फ्रॉम मुंडक उपनिषद व्हिच मींस ट्रुथ अलोन ट्रम्प। यस कुमारी भावना कोशाग्र सक्सेना, यू आर राइट, डी इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन। ठीक है, okay, let's move on to the next one. No problem Tarini, you can watch the recorded video. The next question is the concept of building Kalyan Mandap was a notable feature in the temple construction in which empire? Kalyan Mandap and Gopuram also. I have given you a hint. Gopuram, the concept of Gopuram was also made popular during this time. Yes, Vijayanagara Empire के ज़माने में was a very famous ruler called as Krishna Deva Raya. Very famous. ठीक है, the most powerful ruler of Vijayanagara Empire from 1509 to 1529. This is the time when Babur came in North India. 1526 Battle of Panipat first happened. Babur establishes Mughal Empire in North India. In South India was Krishna Deva Raya. ठीक है, Vijayanagara Empire, D is the right answer. तो आप पढ़िएगा विजयनगर एम्पायर के बारे में, है ना, established in 1336 by Harihara and Gupta. तो कोई कर्नाटक और कुछ some portion of Maharashtra also is there, and that is why it can be asked. ठीक है, और एक बहमानी किंगडम था महाराष्ट्र रीजन में, and that is why this can be asked in MH CET. ठीक है, 1347 से 1527. Read about Bahmani kingdom also because of course MH CET can ask this. ठीक है, तो कृष्ण देवा राय 1509 से 1529, तो रूलर डायनेस्टी ऑफ विजयनगर एम्पायर। इनको आंध्र भोज भी कहते हैं, ये पूछ सकते हैं एग्जाम में। कर्नाटका सिंहा, इसका इनका पूरा नाम पढ़ लीजिएगा, जेवल थ्रोन ऑफ कर्नाटका, है ना। सो दीस आर द नेम्स फॉर हिम। एंड ये रायचूर दोआब रीजन है, तुंगभद्रा और कृष्णा रिवर रीजन वहां पर थे, उनका रूल था। यहाँ पर रिवर है कृष्णा और तुंगभद्रा, है ना, दीस आर द टू रिवर्स। यहाँ पर उनकी कैपिटल उनके बीच में। ओके, अब देखो मैं बता ही रहा था, है ना, बाबर वाज देयर इन नॉर्थ इंडिया सो व्हेन कृष्ण देवा राय वाज रूलिंग, कि इसको जो गेट होता है, आपने देखो ये साउथ इंडियन टेंपल, जो द्रविडियन स्टाइल टेंपल होता है ना, द्रविडियन स्टाइल टेंपल्स के गेट, इसको कहते हैं गोपुरम। आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट हैव सीन इट। सो द आइडिया ऑफ गोपुरम वाज गिवन बाय कृष्ण देवा राय, सो बिल्डिंग द गोपुरम्स इन टेंपल्स। ठीक है, और यहाँ आपको इनकी कैपिटल मिलेगी, है ना, हम्पी वाज द कैपिटल ऑफ विजयनगर एम्पायर इन कर्नाटका। और कृष्ण देवा राय में एक चीज फेमस है, ही रोट दिस बुक अमुक्ता मल्यादा जन जंबावती कल्याणम। सो ये फेमस बुक्स है, मदालासा चरित्र, दीस आर द थ्री फेमस बुक्स ऑफ कृष्ण देवा राय। आई वुड सजेस्ट थोड़ा सा इनके बारे में पढ़िएगा, प्लीज रीड अबाउट हिम बिकॉज़ ही वाज अ वेरी फेमस रूलर ऑफ विजयनगर एम्पायर। द नेक्स्ट इज व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग हैज अ डोम व्हिच इज सेड टू बी वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड? टॉम्ब ऑफ शेरशाह ससराम, जामा मस्जिद दिल्ली, टॉम्ब ऑफ गयासुद्दीन तुगलक दिल्ली, गोल गुंबद बीजापुर। डोम समझते हैं ना, ऐसे जो होता है, दिस स्ट्रक्चर इज कॉल्ड एज डोम। सो द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी। नहीं, जामा मस्जिद की उतनी बड़ी तो नहीं है ना, गोल गुंबद इज क्वाइट ह्यूज, डी इज द राइट आंसर, गोल गुंबद बीजापुर, ये वाला। एंड इट वाज मेड बाय मोहम्मद आदिल शाह, आई मीन इट्स अ house of Anna. So Adil Shah dynasty was there in Bijapur in Karnataka region. So the right answer is D. Yes, Kushagra, Saxena and Dharani, you both are right. D is the right answer to this question, है ना। ये कर्नाटका है, ये महाराष्ट्र है, ये कर्नाटका है, यहाँ पे मिलेगा आपको बीजापुर, almost at the border of Maharashtra and Karnataka. Okay, now one more question. There's a disputed city land between Maharashtra and Karnataka. Since we are asking about MH city, this can be asked. That is called as Belgavi. आपने नाम सुना है, या Belgaum? Have you heard this? This can also be asked. Belgavi or Belgaum कहते हैं, ठीक है। Now one more thing, there was a session of Indian National Congress happened in 1924 in Belgaum. Who was the president of that session? तो इनके बारे में पढ़ना कि ये डिस्प्यूट है, कन्नड़ इज फ्रॉम कर्नाटक एंड मराठी एंड ऑल सॉर्ट डिस्प्यूट्स एंड ऑल। यस, महात्मा गांधी वाज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ बेलगाम सेशन। इट वाज ओनली वंस दैट महात्मा गांधी वाज द प्रेसिडेंट एक्चुअली ऑफ द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस सेशन। सिर्फ एक ही बार ऐसा हुआ था जब वो इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस के सेशन के प्रेसिडेंट रहे बेलगाम में। एंड बेलगाम इज अ डिस्प्यूटेड टेरिटरी, यू कैन से, बिटवीन कर्नाटक एंड महाराष्ट्र। सो ऑफ कोर्स दिस कैन आल्सो बी आस्क्ड, ठीक है। द नेक्स्ट इज द कांसेप्ट ऑफ अष्ट प्रधान। अष्ट मतलब होता 8, Pradhan matlab ministers, was a council of minister in the Gupta administration, Chola administration, Vijayanagara administration, Maratha administration. Please tell me. Yes, Kushagra Satsena, you're right. Maratha administration. तो विजयनगर के टाइम पे जब कृष्ण देवर आए थे, कृष्ण देवर आए, इनके सामने अष्ट दिग्गज होते थे, 8 कोर्ट पोएट, ठीक है, 8 कोर्ट पोएट होते, 8 स्कॉलर्स, उसमें से एक सबसे बड़ा नाम है तेनाली रामा. आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड हिज नेम. एंड अष्ट प्रधान जो 8 मिनिस्टर्स थे मराठा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में. यस, कुमारी भावना, कोशाग्रा, धरणी, ऑल राइट. This is the right answer, and Maratha is important for MH CET preparation. So please read about Maratha Empire. Please read about Anglo-Maratha War. ये पढ़िएगा, Anglo-Maratha War. I think 3 or 4 Anglo-Maratha War हुई थी between British versus Marathas. So for MH CET, that is also very important. So D is the right answer. ठीक है. Ashta Pradhan were council of 8 ministers during the Chhatrapati Shivaji time, है ना. So Ashta Pradhan में जैसे पेशवा मेन होते थे, जो कि later on he became most powerful, है ना, प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो होते थे. Then उसके बाद होते थे माजुमदार, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर, चीफ सेक्रेटरी, मंत्री, इंटेलिजेंस मिनिस्टर, सेनापति, तो नाम से पता चल रहा है ना. सोमान, न्यायाधीश, चीफ जस्टिस, नाम से पता चला. न्याय, पंडित राव इज, पंडित इज रिलेटेड विद रिलीजन, हाई प्रीस्ट, ठीक है. इसमें द मोस्ट प्रोमिनेंट वन वाज पेशवा. आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड इट, है ना. तो प्लीज रीड अबाउट मराठा एम्पायर इन डिटेल, ठीक है, बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स दिस कैन बी आस्क्ड इन एमएच सेट. अष्ट प्रधान रोल एक बार देख लेना ऊपर से, एकदम रटना नहीं है, बट हाँ जैसे पेशवा इनके बारे में पता होना चाहिए, है ना. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. द नेक्स्ट इज द कांसेप्ट ऑफ मनसबदारी सिस्टम वाज ब्रॉट बाय whom? औरंगजेब, शाहजहां, जहांगीर, अकबर. And this was actually it used to tell actually the rankings in civil and military position, है ना. मनसबदारी बहुत फेमस है ये. यस, कुमारी भावना, धरणी, यू आर राइट. डी इज द राइट आंसर. अकबर के जमाने में इन्होंने लाया था 2 अस्पा सीएसपा मेथड, 2 अस्पा सीएसपा ये लाए थे जहांगीर, है ना. सो द राइट आंसर इज अकबर. यस, कुशाग्र, यू आर राइट. हां, और मनसबदार रैंक तय होता था, उसमें जात एंड सावर करके रैंकिंग्स वगैरह होती थी. इसको पढ़िएगा थोड़ा. सब एनसीईआरटी बुक में मेंशन्ड है. दीस ऑल आर मेंशन्ड इन एनसीईआरटी बुक, ठीक है. एंड दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट, है ना, जात एंड सावर एंड ऑल. सो दिस इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. Let's move on to the next one. After consolidating his power, Balban, देखो Balban was a part of slave dynasty. So Delhi Sultanate की जो first dynasty थी, first dynasty was actually Mamluk dynasty या slave dynasty कहते थे. उसका first ruler was Qutbuddin Aibak, then Al-Tutmish, है ना, फिर उनकी बेटी रज़िया सुल्तान and like that. So Balban was one of the king in that Delhi Sultanate slave dynasty, and he assumed the title of Zille-Ilahi. C is the right answer. ठीक है. कैसर हिंद आई थिंक गांधी जी को कहते थे, आप चेक कर लीजिएगा, बट दिस इज जिले-इलाही. सी इज द राइट आंसर, ठीक है. गयासुद्दीन बलबन, एंड ही इज फेमस फॉर द टर्म ब्लड एंड आयरन पॉलिसी. ही वाज वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट एंड ऑल, है ना. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट गयासुद्दीन बलबन. यस, कुशाग्र, यू आर राइट. सी इज द राइट आंसर, है ना. डिवाइन राइट्स ऑफ द किंग्स, जिले-इलाही का कांसेप्ट लाया, चहलगानी सिस्टम को एबॉलिश कर दिया. ओके, सो दीस आर द थिंग्स यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट इट. ही वाज वेरी हार्श एंड ऑल स्ट्रिक्ट एंड ऑल. Okay, the next is he वाला question आया हुआ है, and I got to learn from my student that this question also came in MH CET last year. First and the only Muslim ruler in Indian history was Razia Sultana, Benazir Bhutto, Khalida Zia, Samia Suluhu Hasan. What is the right answer? Yes, Dharani Kumari Bhavana, you are right. And she was daughter of which king? Daughter of, she was from slave dynasty, daughter of not Tughlaq, Iltutmish is the right answer. ठीक है. So I am planning कि अगर होगा तो I will schedule a class for that. ठीक है. If I get a chance तो 6 PM वाली सेशन में अगर होगा so I will schedule that. ठीक है. Okay. Because I think you have will discuss about Delhi Sultanate and all. इससे questions आते हैं हिस्ट्री में और मुगल एम्पायर वगैरह से भी. ठीक है. So basically ये था कि in Mamluk dynasty or slave dynasty the first ruler was Qutbuddin Aibak, है ना? And then his slave was Iltutmish, and his daughter was Razia Sultana. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. Okay. So the first and only woman ruler in the Muslim woman ruler, है ना? So that is what you should be knowing about it. So is the right answer. और एक दो और सवाल पूछते हैं. During the time of Qutbuddin Aibak, Qutub Minar was built. So Qutub Minar was built in the memory of which Sufi saint? Qutub Minar जो बनाया गया था, कौन से सूफी सेंट की याद में बनाया गया था? Can anyone tell me? So guys, please subscribe to the channel because we'll be coming up with more content. Just say I am planning. If is it okay? Shall I come up with the content on Delhi Sultanate, like for helpful, which would be helpful in MH CET and other exams? Shall I come up with this type of content? ये बताओ static content जो 6 PM पे class लेता हूँ Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday को. Will that be helpful? अच्छा मैं देखता हूँ. Okay, ठीक है. हाँ, so Qutub Minar was built in the memory of Qutbuddin Bakhtiar Kaki. Raja Qutbuddin. Yes, Kushagan. Bakhtiar Kaki. Okay. Okay. Yes. Sometimes so I will give my exam next year. Okay, your 12th board is on 2026. हाँ, तो आप next year दोगे कुशाग्र. So no problem. You can start preparation now only, you know, as early as possible. That's the idea. So this is all about today's class. Okay, and tomorrow I'll be meeting you at 6 PM with a class on important committees and all. Okay, so join that. That would be very, very beneficial. So this is all about today's class. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching.